to a special off-season episode of Steelers Today. I'm your host, Eddie Provident. With me, it's been a while, Dale. Dale Lolley is back from Indy, fresh off the combine, and we are down here at Heinz Field to talk a little bit of Steelers football, man. It's free agency,
get my exercises in there.
Yeah. How'd you do on the 40? Any better than Rich Eisen?
Probably, I could beat Rich Eisen. I guarantee I could beat Rich Eisen.
I run my height, so it's not too good. So let's start off with that before we get into any free agency talk and your favorite thing going on right now, the Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh deal. What'd you see at the combine? Who caught your eye? What were you impressed with?
Just the overall speed of the guys this year. I tweeted out earlier in the week. I'm like, did they shorten the track in Indy to 38 yards? Because there was just ridiculous times. I think there were 18 receivers this year who were under 4.5, which tied a combine record. Same thing with the running backs. They tied the combine record. We saw what the big guys did running as well. Some of those times, Jordan Davis
was my guy this week.
His teammate, Wyatt Davis, or Devontae Wyatt, I should say. Yeah. They're all running together now. My name's banging around in there. These guys were just, big, fast, tested well, and that kind of stuff shows up on tape. So, everybody talks about the combine, and these teams look at this from the combine. It's not that you use the combine to kind of back up or to reinforce things that you knew about a player. If a guy runs fast that you didn't like as a player, you might go back and look at him again and say, okay, maybe there's something there that I missed. But the first round guys, the guys who are at the top of the board, going out there and running fast and performing well, it doesn't affect their stock at all. People were saying, well, Jordan Davis isn't going to be there at 20 now for the Steelers because he ran a 4.8 40. I'm like, you start running the numbers there, it's going to be 5 offensive linemen and 5 edge rushers, if not more, and a couple of quarterbacks.
I just saw a mock draft the other day that had 4 quarterbacks going in the first round.
Yeah, nobody knows at this point. You're guessing.
Yeah, so Jordan Davis is the guy that I like personally. I think that I think the Steelers need to go either offensive line or defensive line in the first round. And with his measurables and with his size, everything about him, the way he played at Georgia, I really like that guy. I really like him. I think he'd be a great fit here in this defensive scheme.
Yeah, and I get that people say, well, he's a nose tackle. I think he's athletic enough that, and you have enough other pass rushers to put around him. Mm-hmm. That if you have one guy out there who's not a premier pass rusher, you can get away with that. If Jordan Davis is drawing double teams as a pass rusher because the guard can't handle him, well, then they can't double team Cam Hayward.
Exactly.
They can't double team TJ Watt. So it frees other guys up. I can see that. I don't agree on the offensive lineman. I don't think they're going to go offensive line in the first or early in this draft. And the reason is their offense is just so young.
Right.
That they're going to have to address that in free agency.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you can't have a bunch of first and second year guys out there on offense. You need to have some adults in the room on offense. Because you're going to run into some tough situations where it's the fourth quarter and you're down 3 and you get the ball back, and you look around the huddle and it's all a bunch of first and second year guys, and maybe in some cases say, hey, why can't we do this? But they've never done it before.
Right. And we saw how that went last year too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great product on the offensive line. That's a perfect segue though. You talked about free agency. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get Dale's thoughts on the free agent market, who the Steelers are going to be targeting. Is there a quarterback in there somewhere? So stick around and we'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back to Steelers Today. I'm Eddie Provident. This is Dale Lolley. You're watching DK Pittsburgh Sports. Dale, we talked about the combine. The draft that's all we're going to hear about until April is the draft. I want to talk to you about some free agents. We know that the Steelers have talked about bringing in a quarterback. We know that they need, as you said in the first segment, they need to address the offensive line. Who do you see, who are the likely names that you see coming to Pittsburgh?
Well, I think everybody is now on the Mitch Trubisky train in terms of this is the guy that they're targeting.
Right.
The Aaron Rodgers stuff. Look, there was a report today out of Denver that Denver's set to offer this year's first, which is 9th overall, their second round draft pick, which is again in the 40s,
right,
and next year's first for Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers pick after.
And that's too much, in my opinion.
Well, you can argue, whether it's too much or not, but it's the offer. If that's what they're going to offer, the Steelers can't beat that. They're going to have to chip in either players They're going to have to give more picks because both of those two picks this year are assuredly behind what Denver's offering. So you can't win that battle without sweetening the pot. So now you're giving up 4 picks. This year's first and second, and next year's first and second. No,
you can't do that.
No, you got to rebuild your team.
You said they're a young team. You need those picks. You need
they've got holes. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you do that, you also then still have to pay Aaron Rodgers.
And that would be, what, a $26 million cap?
You could negotiate that a little bit lower, but you're not going to get much lower, and that eats up all your cap space. Then you can't sign any offensive linemen in free agency. You can't bolster your defensive free agency. You can't even, they've got 2 corners on the roster right now.
And that's
you got to sign some of these guys. So it's just not feasible financially for the Steelers to be in that market.
So let's look realistically. So let's play the hypothetical game here. Say they do sign a Mitch Trubisky or a Marcus Mariota, one of those like middling names, right? From there, who are the offensive linemen that you see? Who are you mentioned 2 cornerbacks on the roster. Do they bring back Ahkello Witherspoon? They bring back Joe Hayden? Do they look outside the organization for the cornerback position? Like where do you see them going the rest of the way?
I think they end up signing a veteran cornerback. They obviously would prefer to get their own guys back. That's always what they want to do. You'll kind of let this get into free agency, or maybe right up to it and make an offer to a guy. Hey, here's an offer. Do you want to test this free agent thing, or do you want to come back to us? I could definitely see Joe Hayden coming back. Maybe you give him a 2-year deal, let's say at $20 million, and people might say, "Oh, Joe Hayden at $10 million a year." Well, it won't be $10 million a year. You front load it or you back load it. You make the first year 1 year. It's essentially a 1 year, like $4 million deal, and you say we'll give you, this little signing bonus there to sweeten the pot, and then a $12 million salary in 2023 that he's never going to see.
Right.
It's essentially a 1 year deal. Witherspoon's a little, you're probably looking at going into maybe $6-7 million a year to get a guy like that back. So. You can do that, or you can, again, get another 1 year rental. You can get cornerbacks at, 1 year deal at $4 million. They're not going to be killer cornerbacks. They're going to be guys who have played in the league, though.
Yeah, and with the Steelers' pass rush, though, I don't think you need to go out and sign a $20 million corner.
No, the stuff that people saying they need to sign J.C. Jackson. Come on, man.
Around the 4-1-2,
he's going to get $20 million a year for J.C. Jackson. It's just senseless.
Right.
It makes absolutely no sense to go out and sign one free agent.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So if you do something like that, or go after, again, you talked about Aaron Rodgers earlier, that's a lot of the cap space that's just gone.
Especially for guys who are, getting either close to 30 or over 30 already.
Yeah,
it's like the Ryan Jensen stuff. Ryan Jensen's going to get $15 million a year, and he's 31 years old. Mm-hmm. You're renting him basically for a year or two.
Right.
If you're going to go get somebody, I get it. If you want to get, and I threw out today on my piece on DKPittsburghSports.com, go get James Daniel, who's 24, and sign Morgan Moses, who's 31. You're getting a long-term solution at right guard. Mm-hmm. And you're getting a right tackle who can get you a year or two.
Right.
And the Spot Track estimates their value at $7 million a season each. That's $14 million.
It's manageable.
Would you rather have 2 guys or one Ryan Jensen?
Yeah, it's manageable. So I guess the final question would be, do you think the Steelers have the opportunity, with the cap space that they have and the players that they already have, to make a run or be dangerous in 2022? Or do you see this as kind of one of those middling, probably, just stay above water kind of years?
No, I mean, they're going to try to compete. And I think really if they can get the defense back to being a top 10, top 5 unit that it was the previous 2 seasons in 2019 and 2020.
They've made steps to do that.
You're going to be a little bit, I don't know if I want to say better at quarterback, but different at quarterback. Because it's tough to measure what Ben Roethlisberger did last year, because for 3 quarters he would be pretty bad. Mm-hmm. And then he, 7 fourth quarter comebacks.
Yeah.
So you have to weigh those 2 things there. But if your offense is better, if you get a more mobile quarterback who gives you 30 rushing yards per game, now you're averaging 120 rushing yards.
Whether you like Matt Canada's offense or not, someone that fits that offense
somebody
a
that
little
fits
better.
The offense, yeah. And so again, your defense gets back to being what it was, as I reported last week. Kevin Colbert saying that Stephon Tuitt wants to return in 2022. The only reason that I think that this hasn't happened yet is I think they are trying to get him to take a little bit of a pay cut to, again, free up a little more cash. Right. They paid him last year to do nothing. They did the right thing there. So maybe they go back to Stephon and say, hey, you got a $9 million salary this year. How about we shave a little bit off of that? Give us a little more cap space to maneuver some things there. And then, if you get the defensive line fixed, it makes your inside linebackers better.
Yep.
You know the pass rush is going to be good. Get your corner situations sorted out. Get the strong safety situations sorted out, and go from there. You still be a pretty good defense.
Yeah. Final question before we get out of here. Rapid fire. Starting quarterback, game 1 of the 2022 season.
Mitch Trubisky. All right, there you go. You heard it from Dale Lolley. Everybody, thank you for watching. We'll probably be back sometime in the offseason. But I'm Eddie Provident for Dale Lolley and DK Pittsburgh Sports. This has been Steelers Today. Thanks and take care.